If you find yourself binging uncontrollably when you feel stressed and you then get stuck in the guilt and shame spiral, and soon enough it becomes so addicting that you don't even know how to stop, stay till the end of this video and I'm going to teach you a proven tool that will transform your relationship with binging so that you never have to struggle with that again. I promise you it's going to create miracles. For the best resources on how to step into your body confidence breakthrough and end the self-sabotaging relationship you have with food, subscribe to my channel where you'll be notified every week when I post a new video. Let's dive on in. So first things first, it's important to talk about why you actually binge when you feel stressed. Because I know your story over there. You're telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I have no willpower, I'm trying to get out of this pattern, it never ends, and then I'm stuck and I'm full of shame and guilt. But it's not your fault. What happens is that when you are stressed, our internal biological system inside that frenetic energy feels unsafe. And that's a big key word I just want to blast all over the screen there. And when your body feels unsafe, what happens is that we reach for external things outside of ourselves as a habit to find safety. That looks like binge eating, that might look like avoidance. Our behaviors basically go in two directions. We either have a craving and an impulse to do something, so that would be manifested in a craving to binge eat, or we have a phobic reaction, which is something like we avoid, or we do something that involves like pushing away from something. So binging is a great example of that stress-related behavior to bring you back to safety. And the problem is, as we know, as we binge eat, what happens is we feel the guilt and the shame because the instant that we stop, we then get overrun by all those fearful emotions all over again, like guilt and shame, which are a form of a lack of safety in our nervous system all over again. And then it becomes addictive, and before you know it, you can't get out of it. And it's not your fault. That's how we're hardwired. But the good news is the key to overcoming this is to create an internal sense of safety in your body. And I'm going to teach you how to do that through this exercise here. So using EFT, emotional freedom techniques, by tapping on these points that you're gonna tap on and follow me with, you're gonna be able to communicate with the part of your brain that's responsible for the stress response, and you're gonna actually interrupt that stress response. And when we do that, we actually fire different neural pathways and we cause your brain to shift into the rest and digest system, which releases our pleasure hormones like dopamine and serotonin, the same things that get released when you eat food. And so instead of finding something external to create safety internally, you're going to actually use this mechanism, this tapping exercise I'm teaching you, to create that internal sense of safety. So the more you repeat this, the more you teach your body, hey, when I'm stressed, I'm the kind of person who taps and regulates my energy system, and your brain will learn, I don't actually need to reach for food because you've proven to me that you know how to make me feel safe. So covered a lot there, but I feel it's really important to empower you with that knowledge so that you know why we're doing this and know how it's actually going to create miracles in your life. So let's get into it all together. You are going to tap where I tap and repeat after me through this exercise. If any of these points aren't accessible, you're going to stick to the ones that are, and I encourage you to say it out loud. So if you're in a place where you need to move, or you're on the bus or traveling somewhere and you can't speak it out loud, then just mouth the words and tap where I tap. Okay, so tapping with me. Repeating after me, even though part of me believes I don't deserve to change this habit of binging when I'm stressed, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though part of me believes it's not safe for me to let go of this pattern of binging when I'm stressed, I'm learning how to love and accept myself anyway. Even though part of me believes I'm not worthy of letting go of this habit of binging when I'm stressed, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though part of me feels that if I let go of this binging when I'm stressed, it might not fit with my identity, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though part of me believes it's impossible for me to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed, I'm willing to love and accept that part anyway. Tapping through the points. Part of me believes I don't deserve to let go of this pattern of binge eating. Part of me believes I'm not worthy of letting go of this pattern of binge eating. Part of me believes it's not safe for me to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed. Part of me believes it's not possible for me to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed. Part of me believes it wouldn't fit with my identity to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed. Okay, so take a nice clearing breath and notice the voice that's coming through for you after doing that exercise. Notice how your body internally is feeling, and we want to look for safety cues, meaning your body is starting to feel more calm, your breath is feeling deeper, you feel less restriction in the body. These are all signs that your body's starting to feel more safe instead of unsafe internally, and that leads to no more binge eating. Okay, let's get into round 2. Okay, repeating after me. Even though I built this habit of binge eating, when I feel stressed, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I engage in this pattern of binge eating, when I feel stressed, I'm willing to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I built this pattern of binge eating that soothes my body in some way, when I feel stressed, I'm willing to learn how to love and accept myself. Even though I have this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed, and it fulfills some needs of mine, every time I do it, I feel shame and guilt afterwards. And I love and accept myself regardless. Even though I have this habit of binge eating when I'm stressed, and I acknowledge the side effects are guilt and shame, I'm learning how to love and accept myself through this process. And I wonder if there's another way that I can get those needs met when I'm stressed, so that I don't have to turn to food. This habit of binge eating happens every time I'm stressed. I always engage in this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed. This binge eating is soothing my body in some way. I wonder what my body is really asking me for instead of food. This pattern of binge eating that I do when I'm stressed, I've been doing it for a long time. This pattern of binge eating has a lot of side effects for me. I feel guilt. I feel shame. This pattern of binge eating every time I'm stressed. And if I make this change and let go of this pattern, part of me thinks and is worried that I'll have to face. And I want you to just notice what comes up for you when I ask that question. If I were to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed, that means I would have to face. If I were to let go of this pattern of binge eating when I'm stressed, it means that I would have to lose. And just notice what came up there when I asked you those questions. So tuning into your body now, just noticing what's coming up for you, noticing how your body feels internally, looking for those cues of moving towards more feelings of internal safety. That's when we feel safe letting go of these patterns of binge eating. And if you have a journal, maybe you want to reflect and write down some of the answers that have come up so far. So you've discovered you have this habit. You've likely discovered why you do this habit. So the underlying connection of what need is being met when you're choosing to binge eat, when you feel stressed. So now the next part, I want you to just tap with me and I want you to just ask yourself, knowing that I do this habit of binge eating when I'm stressed, and it serves this purpose of fill in the blank. I wonder if there's another way that I could achieve that same outcome of getting that need met without binge eating. Just tap through the points and repeat after me. I have this pattern of binge eating every time I'm stressed, and I recognize that this binge eating is an attempt to get this need met of mine. Insert the blank for what need you think the binge eating is meeting for you. I wonder if there's a different way that I can get that same need met. What might be another way that I can get that same need met without binge eating? So just tune into your breath and just notice what came up for you. And likely you have something that came up. So maybe if the need of binge eating was avoiding you feeling your feelings or actually feeling the stress, what would be a safer way for you to feel that stress? So an example would be doing this tapping video that's going to help your body come back to a feeling of safety and regulate itself so that you directly don't have that same neural pathway fire that says I need to eat food to make myself feel safe. You can even just, next time you have an urge, just tap for 5 minutes continuously on the points like this to really calm down your stress system. And I promise you that's how our brain works. Safety and a lack of safety have two different types of patterns that are attached to them. And when you feel internal safety, your brain will no longer reach for external things like food to soothe itself because your body trusts, I know that you're going to show up for me when I'm stressed and teach me how to calm myself versus relying on food or alcohol or drugs or, things that are like, all kinds of things that we do to numb ourselves or make ourselves feel safe. And knowing that it's pseudo safety, it only lasts for a quick hot minute and then we're back to feeling like shit again. So I hope you try this out. I promise you it's going to create miracles. Teaching yourself and your body how to tap into its internal safety system is literally the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. And it translates in so many different areas of your life. So I'm really excited for you to try this out and to be guilt and shame free and proud of yourself for those empowered actions that you are creating. So if you haven't already downloaded my free body confidence checklist, that is below. Make sure to grab that. It's awesome, filled with so much amazing information for you to implement immediately and see huge results. There's also a free live body confidence masterclass for you to check out as well. Extra resources. I love giving you free things because I know the struggle is real and I want to see you thrive. And if you want to learn how you can experience your own body confidence breakthrough and really learn to love the body you're in and free yourself from self-sabotaging behavior like emotional eating, binge eating, avoiding relationships, avoiding your life because you feel so miserable about your body, your weight, your food, etc., then you can book your free call below. I would love to hang out with you. Wishing you all the love and light. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.